at the ocean in Malibu. It saved up all my TV and soap opera money, and had this place out at the beach to sit down and read that script.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute, I'm Luke in this thing? Because I thought when I did the screen test, Harrison looked like the leading man. I thought I was the sidekick. You know? He was the guy that in control, and I was like the annoying, sidekick. And I opened the page, and it said, the title page, believe it or not, said, "The Adventures of Luke Skywalker as taken from the Journal of the Wills. Saga number 1, The Star Wars." And I went, wait a minute, I think I'm Luke.
That's so funny.
Why isn't it, The Adventures of Han Solo? So I started reading this thing, and it's, people can't imagine, because with John Williams' fantastic score and all the wonderful effects work, it's hard to imagine how impactful it was just to read it. And it was. I mean, when I'm reading this thing, I went, holy moly, this is really floating cars and lightsabers and
I've never asked you about that, the lightsaber. I mean, it's commonplace for us now. Did that blow your mind at the time? Were you like, I can't wait to see how this is going to look?
What is this? Well, it's a beam of light, and you can cut all these things. And there was description enough in the text so that you sort of understood what was going on. But I'm telling you, I read it in an hour or two, and I went right back to the beginning and started reading again. But I was like the wind was knocked out of me. I called my friend Jonathan Benair, and he worked at the LA Art Museum, and I said, look up every fantasy and science fiction movie since the original King Kong, and I want to see what the grosses were. And he said, why? I said, I just read something that I'll bet you anything is going to be just as popular as Planet of the Apes. And I meant the original one with Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea was, I knew my agent said, well, if this one's successful, then there's going to be a 2 and a 3. Although the numbering was confusing.
Yeah.
It was like episode 4, huh?
Yeah.
Looking under the couch cushions. Maybe I lost the first part. That was the idea, is to get you, the idea was to make you feel like you'd come into it having missed a few chapters.
Yeah, and again, kind of ahead of its time.
And I remember saying to George, the very first day that Darth Vader entered, I wanted to be on set that day. I didn't work that day, but listen, it was so much more interesting to be on set than just being a tourist in London. So I said, I want to be there on the day that David comes through the wall. And
it was the big scene that we know.
Yes, when he first comes through.
Yeah.
And because I love the costume. I said to George, wow, it's cool. It's like Dr. Doom.
There you go. That's great.
Gave me a dirty look. There's influences. There's so many influences. It's pirate movies. It's cowboy movies. It's the Dam Busters. It's the Hidden Fortress. As we know, it's been, every